All right,
Hey, there we
guys
go.
back here. I'll head back here. Just wave your hand and I'll find you. Kind of Phil Donahue like. Nobody knows who Phil Donahue here is. It's sort of like a record player, right? Dating myself. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Grant Hochschild. I guess I would be on the side that would say that of all the issues to fight for in North Dakota, giving lower taxes for the companies that extract our oil is the least on the list. We have law school accreditation issues. We have our med school that needs to be funded. We have roads out west that need to be funded. We have flooding in 2 of our biggest cities in North Dakota coming up. So we have really, really big issues that we need to help fund, and giving out to out-of-state interests and lowering their extraction costs does not make any sense to me. And I think it's important to realize that, yes, the lower 48 states have a lower tax. However, if you look at Alaska, their tax is way higher, and they give checks to their citizens. They help pay for a lot of their infrastructure. So I think it's really important that we help balance. If there's a high demand for oil in our state, then they have to pay for it. And then we can use that for the betterment of our citizens.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. You know, it was interesting. You mentioned Alaska. The governor up there has been calling for lower taxes because they're losing production to other areas. Alaska competes in the global marketplace. You know, we don't compete with Alaska and North Dakota. We compete with Texas and Oklahoma and Wyoming. But, you know, even the governor up there is saying, hey, well, you should lower the taxes because we're losing production. And, you know, I want to do the same thing that you want to do. And I think our legislators want to do the same thing you want to do. We want to fund education. We want to fund our infrastructure. I'm on a group that's advocating the diversion around Fargo and how we're going to fund and pay for that. But we can't pay for it if we don't have the production revenues coming in. You know, tax rates don't bring money to the state of North Dakota. Production brings money to the state of North Dakota. We got to pull the oil out of the ground if we're going to pay for education. The things we're doing today, we want to be able to do tomorrow. And if our production values fall off, and if we're not replacing that oil activity with new wells and new production, we're not going to have the money to do the things that we agreed to that we need to be done in North Dakota. So I would advocate to you to look on the long term, not today, but if we're going to fund the programs that you talked about, 8 years from now, we have to continue to have production in North Dakota, because if we don't have the revenues coming in, we're not going to be paying for all those things that are important to you and me.